Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Benny, your true nerd, and welcome to Ancient Frontier, which is a sci-fi game that is strategy-y and turn-based and features hexes. So, here we are, because that's pretty much the flame to my moth. Also, I'd just like to kind of congratulate the game for really doubling down on the sci-fi archetype, because we have on the right, the serious one who will die, on the left, the girl, and in the middle, the one who in the movie adaptation will be played by the lead singer from a boy band. Well, this is nice. I basically get to choose whether I want to be good or evil, because Federation, Glorious Navy enforces orders of Mars far and wide, but out on the frontier, unrest spreads. Okay, so basically the Empire, or I could be the Rebels, where the miners and the colonists earn a rough life on the edge of the frontier. Yeah, you know what? I think we're going to go for the kind of Star Wars-y, Rebels, Firefly-y, brown coat, that sort of thing. That sounds much more not evil.
Hey, baby, you've got to try one of these. They are to die for. Baby?
I'm in here.
Oh god, the voice acting.
Marcia has outdone herself. She made these soft sugar cookies covered with frosting in the most delightful colors.
Okay, let's just skip by the sugar cookies to me shooting ships. So, just one ship for what's presumably a little training mission to introduce the bits and pieces. I've gone through the training mode, but the training mode is mostly just the game talking at you. So, I think I know the basics, but still I imagine some new stuff will be introduced. So this is our first little hero class ship, so fine. You get heroes, and around them you get a fleet of more disposable little things. So this guy's presumably going to be pretty bloody tough, hits bloody hard, has lots of abilities, etc. We'll figure it out as we go along.
The simulator is set up for pirate raiders.
Raiders? Blake, you know a steel clad isn't designed to take out fighters.
You can always use your torpedoes if they're too hard to hit. It's not like holograms can hurt you. Show me what you can do.
Right, so these three lads here are fighters, you are an escort ship, and you're a capital ship. Fine, and we need to go and just have a little loopsy round and find some stuff. Destroy enemy holograms, Pandora must survive, still 4 enemy targets out there. Fine, so basically what these guys get is, because this guy is a fighter, he's a bit more on the maneuverable side. So, I get 3 little blue blobs. That means movement. Basically, I can move, and that is just 1 blob right over there, and now I can do another full move. I can just kind of, go around and look for stuff and just keep on with that moving. Actually, you know what? I think there's nothing to stop me using my scanners. Just have a look to see what's going on over here before I walk into danger. And we have found nothing out there. Fine. And that was my action. So fighters get 3 moves but only 1 action. So they are fast and nippy and whatever, but they can't actually do that much. They're more about getting in and out of danger. Fine. Now, next up, we go over to the Pandora itself. That happens to have the second highest initiative. And it has a whole bunch of different abilities. It only gets 2 moves, but it gets 3 actions, so it can actually hit a lot harder. So it's got itself light torpedo. So area of effect, launches light torpedoes, hits all units within a range for 10 to 16 damage. Strongest against capital ship, but friendly fire applies. And there's no ammo, it's just on a cooldown system. Alright then, also just got a basic turret that can be used constantly. Actually, maybe it does have ammo, because it's saying 4 there, so maybe it's got ammo as well as a cooldown. Right, okay. Also charge shields, basically get my shields up, but I'm pretty sure my shields are already full at the moment, so that's absolutely fine. Targeting computer analyzes weak points before firing, gains 25% chance to hit. Ah, okay. So if I'm willing to spend one of my actions using my targeting computer, make myself more likely to hit all thrusters. That sounds useful. So, let's use an action doing that. So now, for this turn, I can move a lot further. So we'll just move over here. And we have got ourselves some enemies. Obviously, if I move into a space where the enemy goes red, I've actually just moved into range of it. So, that's fine. You know what, let's do that. This ship seems pretty bloody powerful. So, in which case, what am I actually able to hit? And also, I can hover over it for a bit more information. So, this thing has got itself 4 points of shield and 12 of hull. You know what? If it is actually ammo, let's just check that, because, yeah, there's 4 enemy ships and 4 of these guys. So, screw it, let's just blow up some stuff here, assuming we actually hit. So, in comes the torpedo fire. And that does not quite kill them, but I do still have 1 bit of leftover fire. So go on then. Ah, sadly, they're out of range for that. So what I'm going to do instead is... I could have actually gone for targeting computer, then I'd have been more likely to get the critical hit, but I didn't realise the range on this was slightly higher. Yeah, so the range on this is only 4. And now I can't actually move, but I may as well charge shields just for the critical defense, just to make sure I'm safe. So use that, and that does indeed drop down to 2. Fine. So probably what I want to do now is send over some reinforcements, just in case there's more in that direction. So this here is my escort. So that sits in the middle. That's got only 2 movement points, so less than the fighters, but it's got 2 action points. What can you do? You've also got charged shields, you've got evasive maneuvers, so extra dodge chance. Very, very nice indeed. And it's also got thrusters. Fine. So it can move a bit further, even if it's only got 2 movement points. So move you over there. And you know what? Let's move you over here to finish this guy off with your basic attack, because you've just got a basic little laser rifle thing. But you should be in range right now. They've only got 4 actual hit points. I assume, because I'm hovering over it with the red, that's telling me my chance to hit. So 50%. Go on. Why not, Because actually, you know what? I've got a spare action here. Let's just actually use my evasive... Oh, wait, no, hang on. I've only got 1 action and firing counts. Screw it. Let's just go for a shot there. And pew, pew, pew. And that happened to be a critical. Lovely. 1 down. Beautiful. Now, may as well send my fighters down in a different direction to see what they can find, because there might be more stuff going on. This is a... this is a slightly different type of fighter. So, these fighters, they had different abilities. These fighters have actually got some different stuff, because these don't have the scanners. So those little guys have the scanners. These guys have got a single torpedo for emergencies, targeting computer, shield, thrusters! Can use that as many times as I want. May is flipping well, then. Let's send it over here. And nothing yet. Thrust, and then go join your friend down here. And I guess, you know what, charge your shields, and then just end your turn. Lovely. Now it's the AI's turn. Aha! So we've got visibility of a couple of them, and one of them's actually coming in for some fire, but my shields do a good job. So we don't know where 2 of them are, and there's only 3 total. So, what can we do here? These guys are also in a good defensive position, because of the fact that they are actually next to some rocks. So that gives them a little bit of bonus defense. Now, if I was to burst, I could probably get over there immediately. And, the problem is, I assume this is, a minigun only has a range of 1 to 3. But, that's not so bad. And the reason for that is, I can get in here. Then I can get up to... wait, what? Oh! Shouldn't have done that. That was my 1 action. I was planning to get in there, fire, then get back out again. You know what? Fine. Let's not actually take that guy on by myself, because I literally can't at this point. So, you just stay over here, join up with your friends. Right, over to here where we've actually got some good stuff we can do. These guys are immediately in range of us, so no point wasting our 1 missile. We may as well actually, as we're already in range, basically just say, fire. That was a miss. Fire again, because you've got basically 3 chances at this. And you've managed to hit once, but it didn't really do much, did it? No, not so much. Well, that's fine. You may as well kind of get into a defensive position and get nice and close. And now it is time for my lovely, lovely big ship here. Shouldn't really have burnt the thrusters. They're now on cooldown, even though I can use them as much as I want. Fine. Let's just get you moving in this direction. You can still move 3 times to get 3 actions. That's what makes heroes so damn nice. Sorry, only move twice. Sorry, not 3 times. We can still attack 3 times in theory, but nothing more we can really do with you. What's the range on that? Yeah, range 4, range 5. Fine. End your turn, not much we can do. Right, over to you. May as well move you right over here. Get nice and close. At this point, it's 50% hit chance. You've got 11, and this main gun I could use is... do I actually have a choice? I do have a minigun, but you need to be right next to something to use it. Fine, I probably should have done that, because minigun with range of 1 is apparently really good against fighters. Okay, so instead I have to use my light autocannon, which is not good against fighters. Or rather, it's neutral against fighters, it's just not good against capital ships. Fine. So we may as well just fire. So we get 1 critical shot in, and now if either of these next shots hits, that's a miss at 50%. And that's a miss, unfortunately. So that guy gets to back off and probably do a shield boost. In comes something else. Fires some torpedoes. Powerful, that's the area of effect right there. Lovely. So, you need to get over here and help out as best you can. Your thing is, minigun. Strongest against fighters. Well, that over there is a fighter, isn't it? Because, yep, there it is. We've got ourselves a Thorn Wing. I'm pretty sure that's a fighter because we've seen those on my side pretty much. So if I can just basically get over to that thing with my 3 moves, I can whack it with my miniguns at point blank range, and that'll probably do some good work. Don't want to be there, though. That's dangerous. Instead, get over here, right here, and now I can fire at it at point blank range and do, oh yeah, 96% chance to hit. Gonna do, hopefully, tons of damage. Give it a flipping go. And, oh yeah, there we go. Shield shredded, and it's already looking pretty bloody weak as well. Now, same thing I could do with this guy. This guy can move... this guy can't move very far at all, but he does have the 2 to 4 range. So screw it. Move you 1, and then basically take a shot at you. 70% chance to hit. Did not do much, unfortunately. Fine, yeah, you really want to be using those miniguns if you flipping can. And even if I'd used the thrusters, I wouldn't have been able to get over to him. Fine, what can we do? We can use the shield boost to get my shields back. So let's do that. My shields are now back in play, and I've also got myself a bit of critical defense. That's probably all I need to do for you for the time being. So I've got one more action, but targeting computer doesn't help me. No, leave that for the time being. Instead, we're back over to the escort that's not really doing much right now. But screw it, just keep it coming in. Save my boost thing for if I actually need that. Nothing more we really need you to do right now. Straight over to the AI's turn that comes over here. And put some fire on these guys. Lovely. Now, over to you. Now, this is more interesting, because my Maverick Wing is now ready to come over here and use its minigun at point-blank range. So that works for me. And you know what? Just to be absolutely safe, as I've got 3 actual attacks, I am going to, right now, I'm going to target computer, and that's actually lasting for 3 turns. Nice. And I'm going to spend another turn charging my shield, because it's weak right now. Boom. And then I'm going to move in to point-blank range, and we are going to hit with 80% chance with the minigun. Should absolutely shred these guys. Oh yeah, very, very nice indeed. AI backs off and uses its shield recharge, unsurprisingly, and also puts a little bit of fire on those lads. Time for my main person to come in, and this would be an excellent time with 2 movement points on the Pandora to activate my thrusters for 1 action. So we'll get you over to here. Now, what are you armed with? You've got, you don't have the minigun, but you do have the heavy autocannon. That's what she meant at the beginning when she said, hey, the Pandora's not meant for taking out fighters. It's because it doesn't have the minigun. Ooh, I like the way this game thinks. Right, what can we hit, however? We've got 2 actions. These guys are pretty weak at the moment, and you know what? Screw it. I'm going to activate the targeting computer for 1 action. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up to pretty close range to them with my 1 remaining move. And now I'm going to launch a light torpedo, because screw it, why the bloody hell not? Screw you, you stupid bastards! And that didn't even kill them. Right. Probably shouldn't do that against those ships. Should save that against capital ships, but never mind. Right, you've only got 1 move, and we've still got 2 enemy targets out there, and where's the other one? Okay, there's 1 still hidden somewhere. You're out here and can't really do much, and you are flimsy, so we need to be careful with you. These fighters don't stand up to much, but the range on this is 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I move here, I should be able to hit you, right? Yeah, screw it, give it a go. Just kind of fire over to here, see if we can actually hit the bastard. May as well use my torpedoes, and dead. Lovely, well done. Now, 1 more left somewhere. We just don't quite know where. Well, let's just put a big scanner pulse thing over here. See what we can find. So it does a big scanner pulse, and we have indeed located the 1 remaining enemy. Spot on. So these things are good for scouting and good for rapid response, but they die bloody quickly. Gotcha. Well, not much more we can really do for you, so I guess we just kind of send you roughly the right direction. But I don't want you on the front line. Ah, and flipping perfectly, it's actually time for the Pandora. The Pandora can lead the charge, because the Pandora can totally take out whatever this guy is going to throw at it. So, head over here, and then activate a shield thing as well. Lovely, because that doesn't just get your shield back up, it also gets critical defense, which is the only thing that can really hurt me. And I will come and stand over here, totally in range, but relatively well defended. Apparently I could also hit this thing. Screw it. May as well knock down its shields a little bit. And oh my, apparently it's the flipping Pandora's turn again. Fine, hero units get to go quite flipping often. Well, unfortunately, my targeting computer is not currently in effect and also on cooldown. So screw it, let's just put a torpedo on you. And that will do some good work. And may as well follow that up with just some generic fire. 5 hit points. And 1 miss there. Okay, just leave you in position. That's okay. I mean, I could get you right up to them, but there's no point. He'll probably fire a torpedo at me, but I feel like I've got the shields to take it right now. So, end of the turn, and I've got... Screw it, let's just move these guys a little bit further forward. That's absolutely fine. You can also, being an escort, just kind of head in here. You haven't got the minigun either, but screw it. We'll just get you over here, and then we'll just fire you twice. And if we're lucky, we'll be able to finish off this fight right now. There's 5. There's another 5. So we hit twice, but not quite enough to actually finish off the fight. You guys just move in. End your turn. AI moves in over here. Probably uses what? It's... fires its torpedoes over at my ship, and then fires its cannons at that ship. But in both cases, they didn't even penetrate the shield. Everything's fine. And speaking of the Pandora, it's the Pandora's turn again. Nice. Good old Pandora. Right, in which case, activate targeting computer. Recharge your shield just to be safe. Move into point blank range. And at this point, 96% chance to hit. Kaboom. But it's got its shields back, unfortunately. So actually, that did very, very little. Because that gun is not very good against shields. That's okay. We'll just leave you right here. More ships are coming in. Including the escort right here, which has 2 attacks immediately. Very, very nice indeed. Again, it can immediately recharge its own shield. And just go in for a couple of basic attacks there. We'll do a good job cutting through the shields. And a... Oh, no, sorry, I don't get a second attack, so I use my first attack, or rather my first action, recharging the shield. That's probably the safest anyway. Got one more fighter coming in, because we've got the turn order over here on the right, of course. Now, you still have your flipping 1 remaining torpedo. Well, that's just lovely, isn't it? So, you get over here, and then fire your 1 remaining torpedo right flipping there. And the splash damage wins the fight. Beautiful. And for that, we just get a bunch of materials and... yes, I read about this. So, in this game, the ships are actually leveling up. So you are actually keeping these ships. They're persistent. It's not just like a game where you get given a certain number of ships at the beginning of a mission, and then like those units don't really exist anymore. It's not like StarCraft. Instead, these ships are basically persistent and roguelike-y, which I think is quite cool, actually. Now, back to some terrible Russian accents discussing sugar cookies. But not quite on this occasion, because I assume that was actually a VR simulation. So from now on, it matters a little bit more. So using this currency I've picked up, basically, yes, we've got Hydrium, which builds and repairs ships. We've got Proto-Energy, which we actually need to, like, send out ships. So just because you own a ship doesn't mean you can deploy it. You've got to keep gathering more and more Proto-Energy to actually deploy a ship in each battle, and data used for researching. So speaking of researching, sure, what have we got going on here? So, for example, I've got 550 data right now, and if I wanted to, I could increase the sensor range of my little kind of special sensory ability by 1 by spending 150 data. I could make my, the scout dodge chance up by 5% for 50. 50 instead would get my scout initiative up by +5, which is nice. And that's just the scout, of course. We can also go over to the gunship if we prefer to kind of specialise in that, because there's nothing to stop us basically tossing all our scouts out the window and just buying gunships instead. You know what? Probably wouldn't hurt to just give ourselves some good basic defensive bonuses straight away. So, yeah, dodge boost for the scout. Purchase that, and we can just kind of keep getting that better and better too if we want to. Gunships can have just a little bit of extra shielding. As for my heavier ships, I feel like they could probably just do with doing a bit more on the damage side. So, sure, let's have damage up on my Ranger class escorts. And the same on my capital ships. Extra damage on my actual flipping heavy autocannon thing. Lovely. So having upgraded a little bit, sure, let's just bring a little bit of extra stuff in here. Let's actually give ourselves some fighters with those lovely miniguns that are good against fighters. Abso-flipping-lutely, that we've already spent some money on, so now we actually can't afford the Alliance gunship wings anymore. Let's just get 2 units of that in. So now we've got 2 fighters that are good against fighters, we've got these here Maverick wings that are good against escorts, and then we've got our own hero unit that's extremely good at taking out capital ships. That seems like a good balance to me. But having bought those, of course, now it costs more to actually deploy that fleet. And at this point, I could jump straight into a story mission, or I could do up to 3 optional deployments. Simulator missions where you get no reward, but also losses you incur aren't real. So in other words, basically a good way of trying out your fleet, because everything is now persistent and roguelike at this point. Or bounty missions. So this one's quite heavy on the reward side, but presumably it's a bit tougher. So probably... Actually, don't want to do that. You know what, that will probably let me buy another ship immediately, or repair my ships. You know what? Screw it. Let's, before we dive into the actual stories, let's just do a bounty mission, then we'll be able to figure out what we're doing. So, Mining Guild convoy ambushed by pirates. That feels like fighters. I've got good anti-fighter ships my side, and we've upgraded them. As we've got 2 scout wings ourselves, so on the scouts, we've got that there. What else do we need? Initiative. Ooh, minigun damage up. Yes. For 100, I will take that. Very, very nice indeed. And actually, I could max that out. Yeah, my scouts being ridiculously fighter-shredding machines, that seems fun to me. Unless any of this is really, really damn good. Accuracy up by 10%. Critical. No. Max out the damage. Okay, now my scouts are going to be ridiculous shredding machines. Let's go shred some pirates. Ah, and I'd forgotten this. Yeah, heroes aren't allowed to go on bounty missions, unfortunately. So for this mission, we're only allowed to deploy my Maverick and my 2 fighters. So we're probably a little bit on the flimsy side, to be honest, and I don't know how tough this is going to be, but screw it, let's give it a go. So, objectives. Destroy the enemy ships and all civilians must survive. There are 3 enemy targets still out there, and also the destination has not yet been reached. Ah, but we've also got stuff just sitting out there. If you have a unit that's sitting on that hex at the end of its turn, you pick that up. So there's just bonus stuff sitting around, including, of course, things like proto-energy, because I needed to spend proto-energy just to deploy my ship every single mission. Or I could prioritize trying to get the research down. Now, how big is this area? This area is pretty big by the looks of things, and I'm going to guess that those civilian ships are just going to start going forward. However, to the advantage of my ships, I can basically have my ships moving around really bloody quickly. So that's Hydrium, that's Data, that's proto-energy. Okay, screw it. Let's have my fighters go forward and sit on that proto-energy, if at all possible, just to make sure we don't make a loss of proto-energy. So, actually, I don't even need the thrusters. The thrusters, everything's under control here. You, go forward. No sign of trouble yet. Still no sign of trouble. Yeah, just go and stand on here. And nothing yet. Fine. So we've ended my move there. Ah, wait, hang on. I think I misunderstood that. Okay, I don't actually need to, I think, end my turn there. I just need to actually stop on it, rather than actually kind of just moving over it. So, we'll test that in a second. Also, let's just activate my sensor probe. Let's see what we've got going on over here. Scan ahead. So, let's use my scan. And we have located 1 enemy. No movement from them yet. Okay, what are we seeing? Ah! Slight problem. That's not a fighter. All right, hang on. Is it a fighter? That's a fighter, isn't it? No, it is a fighter. It's just a big fighter. Fine, that still counts as a fighter. Yeah, and all my lads are fighters as well. It's just that sort of fighter isn't anti-fighter. That sort of fighter is anti-escort. So this is technically it's a harvester, but it's got plenty of hit points. The Warwick here has plenty of hit points, so we should be all right. Basically, what I probably need to do is just get up to these guys with my 2 fighter units and just absolutely flipping nail them with my miniguns. But while we're just testing this, hang on, activate the boost for thrusters. So you move over there. Ah, and you have indeed collected that. Fine, that's okay. So now we just move you back over here, and now we move you to join over here. We want to be very careful here. Probably should have saved my thrust, to be honest, because my thrust would be more useful, especially as these guys, they've got literally no... Oh, bloody hell. These things have got 14 hit points and no shield. Right. So, you, my good man, I need you to get right up there, because you need to be leading the charge. Or actually, I might need to use the guys I'm trying to defend as bait. Because these guys are going to be absolutely tortured. 14 hit points and nothing else. Right. And they're going up against something that has 10 shield and 26 hit points. And there's 3 of them. Hopefully they're not all like that. Hopefully the others are more like my own fighters. Because these guys are going to fall out of the bloody sky. Right, okay. This is interesting. Yeah, these guys need to basically take point with their shields and targeting computers, and then my fighters need to swing in behind them and take them out. These guys cannot be allowed on the front line. Okay. Let's get the AI making its move here. So the AI is presumably going to... Oh! Okay. Right. I actually get to move these guys. I have control of them, even though they're not technically mine. Okay. Move them forward, but they have got no guns. They've got no guns at all. So, I could theoretically use them as... Oh, and this one's slow. Ah, but this one, though it's slow, has 3 separate movement points. I could use it as bait. I could. Okay, let's get into a defensive position here. See if we can bait that guy forwards. This is a bad idea, but we're going to see if... Yep, that guy has indeed come forward, and he's fired. Done 10 hit points of damage, and then done something. We don't know exactly what. Okay, now we've got its attention. This guy should probably back off at some point. Next up is my fighter wings. My fighter wings could make it to here, and they can make it to 1, 2, 3, 4. and then could fire at point-blank range into it. But the minigun is not going to do that much against the shield. And if I clump both of my guys together, then they're asking for a torpedo. And this guy might have a torpedo. I don't know. Right now he's got his targeting computer active, so he's also likely to be able to hit me. So if he does have a flipping computer, and he's got 26 hull, oh. But my miniguns are powerful. I think actually, you know what, we need to just take the risk here. We need to take the risk because... Okay, screw it, yeah. If we move this guy to here, he's still got a shot. They're in cover, so are we. Move him to there, and then use my one action to... Could either... No, take one shot. That's going to do 1 to 2 damage and also pretty much drain their shields. So my miniguns do... Oh yeah, okay. Their shields are down at this point. That's fine. This guy probably needs to head over here. And if we're very lucky, he needs to kind of distract and tank. So that was not what I was expecting to happen. That was the... Oh! Okay, good. That guy is fortunately... Oh! Oh dear! Oh, this is no good. Right, he just used his flipping one torpedo on my fighters. That's the one thing I wanted to not happen, unfortunately. And he's also got his flipping shield back. What a bastard. Okay. Can't use my thruster. Ah, this is the Maverick wing regardless. Okay. Now, you can literally move once. And then you've got multiple actions. So, probably the safest thing we can do right now is move you to here. Activate your targeting computer. And then get one shot on that. But, this thing is not designed to take out shields. So this is not really going to help much. But at least we'll get a shot. Actually, we can get 2 shots in. So that's fine. So, 1 shot. And that hopefully means critical when it zooms in like that. If we're very lucky. No, it just zoomed in for fun. And admittedly, we could get, like, the shield. We can't even get the shields down to screw it. I'm just going to get my shields back up on this guy just in case. This worries me. But now, for one advantage, what we can do is activate... No, if I activate thrusters, that's my one action used up. Okay. Go. Move forward again. If we attack this guy. That is going to be 2 to 6 on his hull points. How long till he gets another go? Okay, we've got, yeah, this guy's live, and then it's my... Then it's all the transporters for a while, so I don't know what's coming up after that, because I can't go past those 4. Screw it. Take a shot at him right now. Because, after you've taken a shot at him, boom, does a fair bit of damage. I want you to run off back over here and hide, because then you've got a defensive position. But that's your one action. But actually, you could just... You could back off more. Yeah, actually, hit and run's probably a good idea for these guys, because they're badly hurt right now. Right. Let's just get this guy around here into a defensive position. And you, my good man, up here into a defensive position. This guy has used his one torpedo. So I'm hoping these guys will just kind of distract him for a while. And this guy probably wants to just hang out here. And he can't really... Actually, hang on. Can he go and pick this up for me? 1. Yes, he does. He can pick that up for me. Lovely. And then you can go and hang out here. And actually, here's fine. We know he doesn't have a torpedo anymore because we know that class only comes with 1 torpedo. Fine. End the turn. And now it's... I think it's his turn again, is it? Yes, it is. He better not have a torpedo. No, okay, fine. He does just have that. So, he fires 3 times because that's what this class does. It's just very good at firing over and over and over again. But it hasn't got its shields back up. Now, this is my opportunity right here. I want to get right up, point blank range, and blast it in the face. That, however, lasts for 2 turns, but that's okay. Right. Get you in there and just fire at it, okay? Lovely. We'll take its shield down, then we'll do between 6 and 10 damage, and we're pretty much guaranteed to hit. Nice. Okay, this thing's now in trouble, but there's not much more I can do aside from just basically run away. And screw it, I'll just pick up the... Could pick up the data, could pick up the hydrogen. Ah, screw it. Let's go pick up the data. Why not? Boom. Data. Lovely. Next up, you're in play. And this is where the high movement of these guys starts becoming useful. Because now having run away, I can get back over to him and hit him pretty much immediately. So, 1, and then 2. And hello, guys. We're at point blank bloody range. Good luck with this, by the way. And yeah, 8 and 12 damage, and he's only got 8 hull. So 90% chance to hit. Down he goes. Kaboom. Right. Fighter 1 goes down. Problem is, that's only 1 of 3 down, and one of my fighters is already crippled. But I haven't actually used this guy's actual, like, torpedo yet. Wherever the air is, they're not moving on me. Okay, fine. In that case, activate my sensors. Just start using my little scan. See if I found any enemies up there. No enemies up there, at least. And there's nothing to stop me... Actually, this is interesting. Oh, no, my main objective is destroy enemy ships. Fine. Though the option objective is destination not reached. There might be an extra objective when I actually get to whatever my destination is, which I'm assuming is like a mining platform I need to get to, like, up here or something. So, okay. Just keep you moving cautiously in this direction and end your turn there. I don't want you getting too far ahead. That's not your flipping job. And you, stay the flip back, okay? Actually, you've got a sensor pulse as well. So use your sensor pulse over here. Just keep scanning. See what we find. And, oh, hang on. Did I just see? No. That was proto-energy, not the enemy. The enemy are probably dead ahead of me in that case. End your turn there. Right, you keep going forward. Activate that thruster. Why not? And head up. Lovely. Still no sign of the flipping enemy. We got visibility, and it is indeed, aha. Right, Jaguar Wing. Looks distinctly tougher than my bloody fighters, though it is technically a fighter class. Now, is that the sort of ship that also has a torpedo? I'm going to guess yes, because that looks more like the anti-escort thing, or rather just in terms of the amount of hit points. And the fact it's got a shield. Okay, we've found one group of enemies. 2 remain. Now, we don't actually know what its movement range is, do we? No, we don't know what that is. Fine. Just stay here, stay back, be careful. You are too weak to get involved. I want you to fall back, please. Thank you. Oh! The AI seems to know we are here. They are now responding. Okay, so they're heading in this direction. Keep the ships spread out. There is an excellent chance this guy has 1 torpedo and will use it if he has the opportunity to. And if he snipes this guy's dead. That's it, we've lost him. Right. You, with 40 hit points, head over here. See if you can just... Ah! Oh dear. Right. We now know where 2 of them are. Well, we have located them. That's a concern. And both of them are... Yep, both of them are tougher than me. And this guy has activated his targeting computer, so he's very likely to hit me at this point. Oh, flipping dear. Right. You, head over here. I need you guys to be acting as... Okay, get over here. Hide right there, okay? Hide right there. You stay there. Who's up next in the list? It's the other guy, fine. So this guy's back here. He's still got 43 hit points as well. Actually, if I could bait them into using their torpedoes over to... No. That would be a terrible idea, because if they both fire torpedoes over here, then as a result, yeah, they'll actually end up potentially taking out one of these 2 ships. Actually, they'd need to do 20. They won't do that. Okay, screw it. I'm going to bring you up to here, see if I can bait them into using the torpedoes. You, meanwhile, just need to stay at the back, okay? Stay over here and activate your evasive maneuvers, because that's for 2 turns. So, hopefully, they'll charge in, and next turn you can go and get involved with evasive maneuvers up. So, activate that. Keep yourself safe. Okay? Lovely. Right. End your turn. You're up there. In theory, they could fire a torpedo right here. Or they could... Ooh. I'm going to move you to here just for safety. I'm going to activate your evasive maneuvers too. Activate evasive maneuvers. Okay, lovely. What's up next? Ah, I think both the enemies are now going to be up next as soon as I end my turn. So, end that. Now, you head over here. Fire... No. You're firing your basic stuff. Then firing your basic stuff, but hits critical. Okay. Comes in over here. Activates your targeting computer. Fires over there. Hits him for a critical. Okay. That guy needs to get out of there. He's only got... Yeah, he's only got 10 hit points left, and he wasn't that strong to begin with. Right, we need to start murdering these guys right flipping now. But if I just rush in, that could be trouble. And unfortunately, they're not close enough together for me to actually hit them with the bloody torpedo, where if I hit both of them, unfortunately, they've been quite clever. Okay, what can we do? This ship does have a minigun. Okay, and I'm not ready to activate thrusters. If I was ready to activate thrusters, I could have actually got next to him and hit him with the minigun. The minigun's only range 1. Okay, screw it. This guy needs to basically get up to these guys right away. Get into a good defensive position. This is fine. So he gets point blank range, or good bloody close enough, and needs to activate, yeah. I'll give him targeting computer, but not shield, because we might need to activate charge shields next turn if he actually gets shot at. So, targeting computer, Activate. 3 turns, more likely to hit. And now this thing should do some... such a shame we can't quite hit both of them. Screw it, just target right into there, and it will do some good damage. Let's take that one guy out. Beautiful. Also, it actually destroyed the asteroids, which is kind of fun. Right, so this guy now has almost no shielding, which is going to help the other kind of cannons take that guy down. But honestly, maybe it was a bit of a waste. Screw it, it'll do. You need to get the bloody hell out of here as fast as possible, because you're in trouble. Just run. Seriously, just run. You need to run as well. Actually... You've still got 43 hit points. I'm going to move him up here just to see if we can vaguely bait them to stay in the direction. Or maybe split them up. You are okay as well. You've got 56, in fact. You should actually go and stand next to your friend over here. Yeah, you two just draw the fire for me, please. Okay? Stay there. Next up. Next round. He comes in, takes a shot at my lads. And that goes for a... I don't know what you just fired. Whatever it was a miss. Fine. Next up, my fighters are both now up for an attack, and he did not reactivate his shield with the shield boost. Okay, this works for me. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3. Point blank shot at these guys, and then we can basically run for it. So, boom, boom, boom. There we go. 10 damage. Very, very nice indeed. And then start running. Hit and run. That's what the fighters are for. Lovely. You, my good man, you're making me very nervous, and it's really annoying that you can't actually... Ooh. Yeah. I really wish you could move one more space. Actually, you know what? It is 1 to 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move you to here. I'm going to take one shot, then I'm just going to run. I don't need to be at point blank range. Fire ye shot. Boom. Oh, yes. Boom. Now run. Get the bloody hell out of dodge. Okay, seriously? Get so far back, they don't even think about shooting at you. That's fine. That's okay. Right. AI moves in. It's going to take, looks like, some pop shots and misses. Moves and then attacks again. Yeah, these guys, I think, are, like, 2 move, 2 attack. I think by the looks of it. But now, it's one-on-one with my actual tougher ship, which I'm much, much happier with. Because I can basically, at this range... Oh, wait, hang on, they're fighters. They're fighters! Hello! Right, so, use my one move to get up to you. You've just made a stupid mistake there. I can use my one move to get up to you. My targeting computer's currently active. And I have got flipping miniguns at point blank range. I can fire 3 times in a row. Activate my miniguns. That's an 11 critical. Shield's almost down. This will tear apart their shields for good. That's 15.
Mission
and job done. Boom. And Maverick Wing has leveled up. Yes. And I've also gained some salvage there. So damaged heavy capital armor. So I can add that to my capital ships. Or indeed alternative ammunition increases shield damage at the cost of primary damage for... Who can I apply that to? I assume because of the 3 stars there, that means capital ships. Like 1 star for fighters, 2 for escorts, 3 for capital. But oh yeah, tier 3. Fine. So that's just for my capital ships. And now, as you can see, the damage I've taken is persistent, which is nice. But I've only taken a tiny, tiny bit of damage there. How much would it cost to repair this ship up right now? So it's going to cost me 2 Hydrum to repair that. Yeah. And I need to repair my poor, poor little fighters. They are, yeah, they're pretty cheap to do. So we'll repair that. I think there's a repair all button somewhere. Is there a repair all button? Ah, screw it. I'll just hit all the repair buttons. And you, actually, you didn't actually take any damage. I'd like you guys to have shields, by the way. The fact you don't have shields makes me incredibly, incredibly nervous. Still, we just gained a whole bunch of Hydrium there. So that means we can now, if we want to, buy a new ship. Including if we wanted to, we can actually just afford a new actual gunship wing. Yeah, they're good against escorts, but not so good against anything else. I mean, is it worth having a 3rd fighter? Or I could have a ranger. I could have my own escort, because right now I don't have an escort. I've just got, yeah, I've got 3 different types of fighter, because that's a type of fighter, technically. Right, the escorts are themselves anti-escorty. Got it. Screw it. It might be nice to have something a little bit tougher in there. And speaking of the escort, I've already boosted its damage slightly, so it's a little bit more powerful with its basic guns. Right, so screw it. Let's actually go into a main story mission now and probably get ourselves a nice bit of voice acting for our trouble.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Go ahead and open your eyes. Ta-da!
Oh, it's even more spectacular than I thought it would be. So we're going hydrium mining, and we actually now get to choose, presumably, like, the difficulty of the mission. We could go for the larger hydrium cluster, which is presumably harder, or the smaller one. Well, you know what? We've done the little mission, and we've got an extra ship on our side out of the bounty that we got paid for that. So let's go for the more dangerous mission. So, deploy literally everything we've got there. But yes, indeed, you can see there every single ship has its own deployment cost, and they do go up a little bit. Hang on, which is the... Oh, that's interesting. The actual escort costs flipping 8, but the significantly less tough Maverick wing costs 12. Possibly because that one's leveled up, because it's level 2, so maybe it's kind of partly about leveling as well. Screw it, let's just deploy everything for the sake of safety, and this time we've actually got the hero class on our side.
Alright, be sure to let the Rondo collect as much of the hydrium as possible.
No problem. Hey, Pookie, several of those ships are heading towards us.
So, we've also got a new class of ship here. Hang on, where are you? We've got the Pandora. Ah, there we are. The Rondo. So this thing's a harvester. Basically, those like little mineral deposits that we saw sitting around previously, what we really want is for this guy to sit in them, because they get way more stuff out of an actual deposit. So, let's just send you over there in a second, though actually, it's not your turn. It is Demon Sixwing, who has fortunately been all healed up. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But let's be a little bit careful here. Just move you forward and aha! We have seen some stuff. Copwing. Ah, right. Now we've got these guys who are more like us. Lovely. So probably what we want to do, in fact, is have you fall back a little bit, because we know for a fact these guys can move very, very far indeed. So I'm going to actually have my guys fall back, because I don't want them getting hit. They need to stay at the back and then dive in once the battle is already joined. So, in which case, just end your turn there. We know where they are. In come them. And they've actually already started firing. Lovely. Okay, good. Over to Platinum Axiom Wing. So, Platinum Axiom Wing can absolutely get over there and actually... Yeah, you know what? They can do this straight away. So, 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. And then open fire. They can almost finish these guys off, and then these guys can then back off, and hopefully something else will be able to finish off them before the other guys get in here. Yeah, looks like that will actually do just perfectly, because these guys can hit between 2 and 4. If I hit the thrusters, you can get there, then 1, 2, 3, 4, spot on. So, thrusters, then up to here. May as well activate your targeting computer. We know there's some enemies out there. Lovely. So, targeting computer, activate. And then one shot over here, 75% chance to hit. Decent chance of... Yes, lovely. Hit and got 4 in the damage range. As a result, finished off. Lovely. Now, Pandora's up next. Pandora may as well go up front and tank. No reason for it not to. Pandora can also move one more time. Okay, screw it. Pandora may as well activate. Actually, targeting computer's a bit of a waste. Let's just get the Pandora over here and just kind of put some light fire over here. Not going to do much, to be honest, but it'll do something. There we are, 4 damage. Not really her specialization. She's supposed to be taking on the capital ship. She's better at that. So, she can do some more stuff, but she doesn't really need to. Screw it. Leave her be. Save her abilities for next time. AI is probably going to move in. No. Whatever the AI has decided it wants to do, it doesn't want to do it just yet. And the Buzzard Opal, my lovely, lovely escort class ship, is now ready to go. Once again, let's just move that to the front. I would like that to be right on the front line. And we have got ourselves some... Ah! Okay. Right there, we know what those are. Those things are specifically anti-escort. And that's an escort that I've got approaching it. So, right. Probably a good idea for you to basically back out of there, but that's fine. You've got shield boost. If they fire at me, I can just back off. No need to get tricky yet. But actually, you know what? Screw it. For 2 turns, as I'm probably about to come under fire, let's just activate evasive maneuvers now. And then end your turn there. AI is going to move in at some point. Moves in there. Does something. In comes a... Ah! Right. The AI has got something different there. That there is an escort. Okay. Well, we know what we need to do against the escorts. We need... And also, by the way, it's the Rondo's turn. So the Rondo needs to head over here. And head over here. And the Rondo gets plus 60. Ah, you see, that would have been plus 15, except of course for the lovely, lovely, lovely fact that the Rondo gets 4x whenever it kind of sits on any form of deposit. So we've already got 1 and we need to get a total of 10, and incidentally there's also flipping 6 enemy targets out there. Move you over here, defensive position. Those guys are actually backing off, interestingly, even though like the one thing you're supposed to be good at taking out was right there, but whatever. Right, back over to my fighters. My fighters probably don't want to get too involved at this point, but probably could take out... You know what? Screw it. My fighters are actually well positioned to take out you. 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, and then murder these guys if you're kind of lucky. And yes, just good. High damage range. Back off. Lovely. Love those fighters. Hit and run. That's good stuff. Right, now, this thing is an escort. My thing is strongest against capital ships, weakest against fighters. So this guy will do a good job, potentially knackering an escort. It'll do a decent enough job. This is strongest against capital ships, again. Don't really want to use that just because... Well, actually, the cooldown's only 2 and I've got 4 of them. This might be a good option. I mean, what I really want is you. Your specialization is taking on the flipping escort, so we should get you up front for this. And I think you're coming up... Actually, you're still a fair few turns away. Screw it, we may as well get you involved, because if we just move you to here, you can basically get just 3 shots in a row, and they should be pretty decent shots. So, you get over there. What's your odds to hit? 30% hit chance. Fine. Activate the targeting computer. Lovely. And now the chance it goes up to, it's 50-50. Screw it, we'll give it a go. And we've got ourselves 1 miss. And 2 misses. That's unlucky. We could put ourselves into a better defensive position. You know what, screw it. I'm going to move down here just to pull this guy towards that. You need to be a little bit careful, my fighter wing, because escorts are not what you're supposed to be taking care of at all. Because, yeah, not good against capitals. But you can still help out. So let's just bring you back over here, then have you... Actually, you know what? We can just have you drop a scan. You may as well drop a scan, quite frankly. Drop a scan right over there, just to see what's going on in that part of space. Hang on. What is going on in that part of space? Literally nothing. Now, the escort needs to back away from those guys, because that's not what your job is. You instead need to come over here. May as well... I should have activated the thrusters. Never mind, you can just head over here. That can be your job done. Nothing much more for you to do right now. Now, the AI is coming in. What are you planning to do? It is firing at my... Okay, it fired at my escort. Alright, fine. And my Maverick Wing is ready to come in. Lovely. Now, if Maverick Wing comes over here... Oh... You've made a terrible mistake, because this light autocannon is specifically designed to take out escorts. Oh, yes. And what's this? My goodness, I hope it's an escort. Yes, it's an escort, good. So, you've even made the stupid mistake of actually being in range at the exact moment when I just need to make my 1 move. So this is basically the worst place you could have stood. So, Maverick Wing, in you come. This is what your job is. 76% chance to hit. We can drain its shield in one of our hits, unless we get really lucky and hit it with a critical. Oh, yeah. Your shields are screwed, my good man. Right, get the shield down and then do 4 to 8 damage. 15 critical again. Nice, 2 crits in a row. That's very, very lucky indeed. And now we can just do another 5 to 9, unless we miss. That's a 7. Good. That thing is in a lot of flipping trouble at this point. Now, where's the next deposit? Ah, good. There's a deposit over there. We may as well have the Rondo head in that direction and just start picking that up. And in comes that. Fine. Those guys are now actually coming back. I think they just wanted to back off to, like, activate their targeting computers or something. Now, this is technically an escort, which means I'm concerned about the possibility of it... Actually, how much health does it have? It has 14. You know what? Screw it. I think we can get in there and finish it off with 6 to 9. Yeah. Both of my fighters are ready to get involved here. So, assuming they don't miss... When I say assuming they don't miss, that's exactly what they just did. Okay, you just need to basically run. I just want them to get out of there for the time being. As long as you're, like, over here, you should be pretty safe. My other fighters can also get involved, but if they do... I mean, you could get to here. Then you could step to here. Or you could actually just step to here. Then you could fire once and then get out of there. But then it's... Is it your turn? Ah, yeah, I think it's their turn coming up. Like, they do have a turn after this before I have another turn. And they might go and attack the Rondo, which would be annoying, but... Screw it, let's just kind of hope for a critical. We don't actually have a shot at him right now, so... Here, we'll take the shot, see if we get lucky. That was a 7. Not that lucky. You just back off over here. And hopefully, right. So he comes in. Might take one shot. No, doesn't quite have the range. He's going to back off. Ah, he needs to back off to activate his shield burst. That's fine. So actually, we're okay. Because that means we can just get over here and repeat the process we just did. You get into a nice, safe position right here. And we're still under the effect of targeting computer. So this time, we can fire 3 times. So, fire once. Shielding is already taking a knock. Shielding collapses. And down you go, you stupid bastard. Lovely. Right, good. That worked out for me. Next up, we have got ourselves the, well, I don't want you in that direction. Let's just keep you towards the back here. This guy's clearly coming in, but I don't want him too far forward. I'm going to activate my charge shields just in case. Just to get my shields back up to tops. And that will do for that, actually. Leave you be. As for the Pandora, not so good at dealing with fighters, but not terrible at dealing with fighters. May as well have it going in this direction, ready to get involved. If we're lucky, might be able to draw some fire, in fact. Yeah, you get over here. Lovely. Just... Actually, you have a shot. Nice, I like your range. And it was a total miss too, never mind. These guys have got a fair bit of health on them. These are nice tanky fighters. I like these fighters, but they're not good at other fighters, which is what my fighters are for. But my fighters are bloody flimsy. Anything else we want to do with you? Actually, screw it, we can just keep firing. Just keep firing over and over. Sooner or later, well, okay, we took a little bit of their shield out. Fine. AI turn keeps doing some stuff. Rondo can now do its job. Right, there's one. There's another. Beautiful. Rondo is doing a nice job right now. Still need to collect 5 more. We're halfway there. Now, my fighters are in a great position at this point. You, head over here, fire once, and then run the hell out of there. That is not what you were supposed to do. Screw you all. Right. Back out of here. Just hide over here for the time being. We've got more fighters over here. 1, 2, 3. Screw it. Why not? Give it a go. Right. Once again. Hit and run. Another bloody miss. Right. Back off. Dear oh bloody dear. Now what are you planning to do? You are planning to... Ooh, my poor fighters. You stupid bastards. I hate you. And they get the shot at the flipping thing they weren't supposed to be able to get a shot at. Right. Need to be careful. Oh, no, wait, hang on. No, that's not the thing you were supposed to not be able to get a shot at. That's my capital ship. That's fine. You know what? Screw it. We'll give it a flipping go. So let's just get my own escort in here. I know escorts aren't supposed to do this, but they'll do the job. This will do the job very nicely. Taking out, yep. Shield goes down. Very, very good indeed. And that was a miss, but the shields are almost done. You've done a good job over there. You hide down here. Nice defensive position. AI's turn doing something. Now for my main ship. You just need to get up there. Point blank range. Hopefully you can finish these guys off. That'd be nice. Actually, you know what? If I fire a missile right now to here, that will destroy your cover. Oh, yeah, your cover seems to have gone missing. Well, that's a bloody shame, isn't it? Because now I can just get point-blank range up to you and fire at you, and you don't have the cover anymore. So that is a flipping shame. Oh, you just survived, though, you lucky bastards. Fine. I'll back over to my cover, but you're now in trouble. And just in case... Actually, no, I'll come over here. Grab that. Shouldn't have grabbed the Hydrium. That was a waste of Hydrium. The Rondo could have got. Actually, wait, hang on. No, that still counted. It's just it counted for less actual, you know, Hydrium, whatever. Grab the Hydrium. Beautiful. 3 to go. Make sure we let the Rondo pick up the Hydrium, because that's a lot of Hydrium. And heroes have to survive. 3 to collect, and if we kill all the enemies, apparently that's a bonus objective, just for some extra XP. My ships level up faster. I assume that means they get more health or something. I don't actually know. Right, now, Maverick Wing. Can't really get that far, can you? But... boost that. Now you flipping can. And now, for very lucky, Maverick Wing. Finish those guys off. 71% chance to do it, but then you're not very good at this. Ooh! 3 to 5 the damage range. You got a 6. I like you. That's very impressive. Nothing more you need to do there. Right. Now we can start using Demon Wing and its scanning abilities, because we've still got the scanning abilities. So, drop some scans. Spot some enemies. There are still 3 enemies out there, but we have not got sight of them yet. You may as well head forward a little bit, but you know what? You're weak. Stay at the back just in case. And it's the Rondo's turn. Now, the Rondo's moving into a very, very good area here. So, take that, take that, take that. Lovely. And you're going to move in over there. Activate your presumably targeting computer. And then moves in. Fires once at my capital ship. Isn't going to do much there. No. barely even scratching. The shields hasn't even got through there, which is fine. Because shields, you don't have to pay to repair. They come back over time. It's only flipping. Actually, I think you take, yeah, you're guaranteed to take 1 hit point. Shields can reduce damage, but can't completely remove it. But that's fine because, you know, you only pay to repair the hull. So as long as, like, you know, you've got your shielded craft up front, then repairs are cheap. Now, we've got the extremely badly damaged lads over here. We need to be careful with you. I'm going to keep you... I'm going to put you over... Oh, this is risky. That's risky too. These lads can hit, like, potentially up to 4. I'm just going to put you there. I'm just going to put him there. And that's going to be okay. And I'm going to activate evasive maneuvers now. So it's activated for the next 2 turns. So end your turn there. You're a little bit more resilient. I'm going to move you up to here. So a big torpedo can't hit both of them. Take that position. Evasive maneuvers. Okay, at this point my fighters are ready to move in and take out that guy. Now, with my thrusters, I could get an extra move in over here. That might be worth doing. Is this the right time for that? It means I can get in a shot now, and you being up front wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Go on, take a pot shot at him. And that is, yeah, you know what, we've done some shield damage. That's a good starting point. I'm happy with that. And could have taken the targeting computer now. Yeah, may as well take it now, because then, as a result, it's ready next time, and I don't need to waste the actual action point using it next time, given it's active for another 3 turns. You, however, yeah, I'd say potentially there's a good argument for repeating the strategy we just did a moment ago, which is, 1, we need you to activate your targeting computer. Actually, is that a waste? Might be a waste. What's my chance of hitting you right now? Screw it, we'll just fire it in. Lovely. So, that should cover that's dead. Nice. And now we can just fire twice with the auto turret. 84% chance to hit. Right, so that's a... Okay, that was supposed to be a good hit. Right, they're already damaged, and we've got another 2 hits in before... Actually, you know what? We've got the next 3 turns already lined up. Beautiful. So, next up, you've got 2 moves. I don't really need to use them for anything. So, pass on that. And you go and actually take on this ship directly. So get over there and just fire on it. So you're doing 5 to 7. This should do a good job. That was a miss. And 2 misses. Well bloody done. Right, back off just in case. And you, my good man, can head over here and actually stay at the back. Because, actually, will the mission end the moment we've done this? I don't know. Let's find out. The mission might be about to end, quite frankly. Let's see.
Mission successful.
Yeah, that is the mission already over. We were about to slaughter that guy anyway with the next move, so that's fine. And we have indeed picked up a whole bunch of stuff, but if I'd held off, I would have been able to get a whole bunch of extra XP just by destroying all of the enemies. But this way, I've still got a hell of a lot of flipping Hydrium, and the mission actually gives me a whole bunch too. Together with sensor arrays and damaged battle computers and damaged heavy capital armor. Very, very nice indeed. So, hit points up, critical defense up, but move range down. Okay, so basically, all of these upgrades, not just upgrades, they're compromises. They'll make you better, but they also cost you somewhere else. And we've got a new unit in the form of the Rondo, my mining craft. Lovely. And I'm pretty sure that my fighters used to have 14 hull points, but having leveled up to level 2, they've now gone up to 15. So, let's, if we can, give you... There we are. So now that fighter is more expensive to deploy, but it's got greater vision. So that's nice. And go on then, let's actually just slap this other thing I've picked up that's also a battle computer onto here. So this thing is going to be way more expensive to deploy, but all of a sudden its sensor range is massive. So this here little ship is actually going to do a really nice job as a scout for me. And as for my capital ship, I've got a whole bunch of specialised stuff I can slap onto that. So, increases defence at the cost of speed and agility. You know what, you've got plenty of movement points. That should be A-OK. But as the other upgrade that increases the hit points would also slow it down, I think -2 moves might be a little bit OTT. Maybe we hold off on that. The other one, however, the Ion Slug. So, shield damage, +2 to 3, but reduces primary weapon damage. I'm going to say we slap that on my slightly larger escort class, because that's not really about the damage dealing. It can be at the front line taking down the shields, and then my fighters can get in there to finish things up. And speaking of which, by the way, I think we actually need to do some mass repairing. And with all that lovely, lovely extra money we've picked up from all of that mining, we could actually have ourselves, if we wanted to, a brand new flipping class of ship here. A steel-clad, a cruiser. Ooh, a nice big capital ship. Yeah, a nice big Alliance cruiser there. A nice big Alliance cruiser. Ooh, the Wolverine Emerald, which apparently has a lovely, lovely good balance. Weapons for every scenario. And my scouts could probably do with an increase in initiative so they can get in and out faster and potentially get multiple turns and yeah, just getting out before anything can kill them. So that's probably a sensible idea. I quite like the scouts. The scouts seem fun. And at this point, I could take my brand new fleet out for a run if I wanted to. With, yeah, my 400 proto energy, which is going down. Which is certainly going down. And all of these bounty missions, which I could now take 3 of before I go on to the next story mission, I don't get any actual proto energy for, apart from that which I potentially could harvest by taking the Rondo out with me. So all of a sudden, things are a little bit more on the interesting side. But yeah, we can go on bounty missions. There's a main story mission with some beautiful, beautiful voice acting I could take my big fleet out on. But if I deploy the whole fleet, then my proto energy starts getting low. Or I could save proto energy if I'm willing to do it with a smaller fleet. It's interesting. It's an interesting little game, isn't it? Also, there's a star map out here. Okay, apparently we're just out here in Croesus right now, but it feels like actually there's quite a few sectors we haven't even gone to deal with yet, including... Okay, Externus. I feel like Externus is dangerous, to be honest. That feels like a dangerous, dangerous sort of place. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the point. This here is Ancient Frontier, and I will say... I am impressed. The voice acting, notwithstanding, because that's kind of hilarious, but whatever. You know what? I almost think possibly that's supposed to be incredibly cheesy. I really hope that's supposed to be incredibly cheesy. The actual game, fun game. Like it. I like the hardcore nature of repairing and even tiny little crappy, almost no hit point fighters being treated as little permadeath things. It's nice. It's a nice, hardcore, tactical, turn-based space thing. And that's pretty much all I want out of a game, so I'd say take that as a recommendation as far as I am concerned. My intention was for this to be a one-off, by the way, but I'll keep an eye on how this video does. Maybe we'll come back to it. Could be a good live stream candidate, quite frankly. I'll have a think about that. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Ancient Frontier. Thank you very much, and goodbye. This is the face of death, okay? This is what my sudden death looks like. Do not engage before we arrive. Do not engage. What are you doing? I specifically said don't. Oh, no.
No, John.
Oh, he likes that. The Romans touched me.